Hello, this is Carla, and this time I'm back with another review for SyFy's show Haven. This time it's for episode 19 of season 5, titled Perditus, or however it's pronounced, I'm not exactly sure. It was like only said once in the entire episode, so you never know. This episode, it wasn't bad, I just didn't like it as much as I did the previous ones. This might be because I just don't like zombies. Not necessarily because they scare me or anything. I've never been interested in zombie stories. Like, I don't watch The Walking Dead. I haven't watched any zombie movies ever. It's not really something that gets my attention. So early on in the episode, I kind of realized, yeah, these people are gonna turn into zombies, and that kind of killed the buzz for me a little bit. Usually, I don't like these types of storylines where people get brought back from the dead, because I feel it kind of lessens the emotional impact of the death a bit. But in this case, I have to take a different approach to it because I like Charlotte, and I thought her death was very abrupt. Like, we didn't get a chance to see her say goodbye or anything. So I was kind of all up for it if she got brought back. But then I realized she was going to turn into a zombie, and then I was like, yeah, okay, I don't like this anymore. It wasn't a bad episode. I liked it. It's not beyond the realm of possibility that there's a trouble that it enables people to bring dead people back from the dead. Like, it's totally within the realm of possibility within Haven. And I think I actually even thought about it in my last review, because I like Charlotte and I wanted to see her come back. But yeah, I mean, pretty early on, as soon as Audrey said, yeah, this is too easy to be true, I'm like, yep, it's gonna turn into a zombie story. So, not exactly my favorite. I like that Charlotte got to have a decent send-off. It still kind of sucks that she's dead, because I really liked her, and God, can these people have one good thing? I mean, Audrey had her mother back, and Dwight had someone he'd fallen in love with. Couldn't they just keep that one person? And, as usual, just as I'm starting to like a character, they either die or lose their memory, or something awful happens to them and they disappear and I never see them again, because that is just what happens. That's my karma. So of course Charlotte was gonna die and stay dead. I don't know, I'm still kind of hoping that there's some kind of way, like with the void thing, that she can come back maybe in the end. Like, maybe the solution is going to be to like reset time or something, and Charlotte would be right there again. But at least she got a decent send-off this time, so that was nice. The whole thing with the sisters and the psychic sister who was married and then the other sister who was in love with her husband, kind of put me off. Like, really? Your sister's husband's been alive for 2 days and you haven't told her? Are you for serious? Like, even if she loved that guy, she must have known that her sister loved him too. So, like, it felt kind of douchey to me. Like, on one side, I get it, you can't help who you fall in love with. On the other side, this is your sister. Come on, be a decent human being. On the other hand, the sister was just like, oh yeah, my sister's squatting in the police station. I'm like, what? You have a house and you're letting your sister squat at the police station? What kind of sisters were these two? Like, obviously, they didn't love each other very much. But whatever. Again, at least, Charlotte got a decent send-off. Even if I didn't quite like the zombie plotline. Like, they could have thought of something else. It didn't have to be zombies. But, hey, zombies are in right now, so I can't blame them for that. The Duke thing was really weird. Now I'm kind of... that spirit guide dude, either he's the husband, like Charlotte's husband, or he's some kind of, like, Scrooge, Ghost of Future Christmas type thing, which shows Duke like what his future is going to be if he doesn't make this one decision right now. That's kind of what I see it at. I assume that he's a real person and not just a figment of Duke's imagination, because that would suck. But hey, whatever. I'm glad we got to see Intern again. Yay! I like her. She should be more often in the show. I found it curious that Vince was the only one left. I mean, really, Vince? It also kind of made me think, like, reminded me that we still don't know what Vince's trouble is. I mean, I assume he has some sort of trouble. We still don't know what it is. But then by the end, of course, it kind of made sense. Yes, of course Vince would be the last one. Either way, I'm glad it got Duke back to Haven, because let's face it, the Roanoke thing, if everybody died in there, then they probably wouldn't have gotten very far. But it's interesting to know that the Crockers aren't just like a regular Mara created trouble. You know, they were actually created by the creature of the void, because it couldn't absorb troubles. So he created someone to do that for him. I bet it's going to make Duke feel really freaking guilty, because hey, your great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather was a spree killer who decimated an entire town. That can't feel good, but it's good to know that it's not like a proper trouble. You know, that there's always been something more. I also thought it was very interesting that apparently the whole thing led to Nathan jumping into the void for some reason. I mean, is that related to the whole idea that the person Audrey loves has to die in order for this to actually end? Like, was it some kind of desperate attempt to like, you know, do that? Except there's no barn, so he jumps straight into the void. Like, what was it? And is it going to happen again? And where was Audrey, you know? Like, that was interesting. But hey, if it gets Duke back to Haven, all power to you, spiritual guy, dude. What I don't like is that we don't get to see Seth anymore, so that kind of sucks. Because I like Seth. He's so cute. He's adorable and so funny. But whatever. I mean, if the curse is lifted off Haven by the end of the series, then I guess we'll see Seth again at some point. He might not remember anybody, but we'll see him again. He'll be around. And then the Dave thing. I mean, I think back in the previous season when he started having the flashes, and kind of he had this kind of connection to Croatoan. I think back then I sort of speculated that it might not just be visions of him like jumping into the mind of the Croatoan. Like, what if Dave was actually doing those things? And I like that they've gone back to that. That's interesting. Because, first of all, I mean, obviously he doesn't remember, and I don't think he's going to, like, be a killer of any sort, but, you know, Roanoke was in North Carolina initially, when Croatoan initially came in, and it's also where, Dave was initially adopted from, so that makes sense, that, you know, the creature of the void actually has something to do with Dave, other than just being connected, you know, because maybe Dave is just from the void as well. Maybe Dave is kind of an extension of the creature's consciousness of sorts, and that's why he's being called back or whatever, and that is why he is acting this way and killing people, because he's just part of the void and he must go back to the void or do what the creature of the void wants him to do, I guess. It's a bit disappointing that it wasn't Charlotte's husband who killed her. I was hoping he would be that. Now I'm wondering again if Duke's spiritual guide is the husband, because we know the husband is around somehow. But I don't know. Maybe he's not evil. Maybe it's all been Dave. I guess we'll see that next episode. But it's interesting, and I wonder how Vince is going to react to that. Since so many people are just forgetting everything. So it will be interesting to see. Overall, not the greatest episode. I didn't like it as much as I liked the previous ones, mainly because of the zombie thing. But it wasn't bad. It was interesting. It was emotional, especially hearing Charlotte's death. It was even funny at some points, so I can't really complain about it. I didn't find it as exciting as the other ones, but we'll see where things go. And as it stands right now, I think the show is they've kind of given us more questions than answers. So I'm hoping once Duke gets back to the town, that maybe we'll start getting answers instead. Hopefully, because we don't have that many episodes to go. We're almost halfway through the season, so I really do hope that they start giving us those answers, like, soonish. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this review. I guess I'll see you guys in the next episode. As usual, be sure to visit our website at thegeekypub.com for more Haven reviews, and also for other TV shows, books, movies. We have a bunch of stuff, so be sure to check it out and tell us what you think. And I will see you guys next time.